Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome to episode 2 of the build series. Now, as you can see, I'm standing on concrete now and not just dirt anymore. There has been a ton that's happened over the last several weeks. So let's take a look at how we got here. Alright guys, well when we left off in episode 1, the plumbing rough-in was nearly complete, and a few short days later they had the studio filled in, but over on the shop side it was a little bit further behind and the Bobcat was still here to fill things in. Now unfortunately, later that night we got a ton of rain and that made it a complete mud pit out in front of the studio. Now the Raptor didn't mind it though, but it does need to dry out before the concrete trucks can get in here to pour the floors. Now thankfully the concrete crew wasn't afraid of a little mud and we're out the next day to finish the prep work for the studio floor, which involves first getting the dirt rough sloped underneath, then anchoring in some pieces of rebar into the grade beam. Next they'll lay down the insulation along the outside wall, then they'll get the poly laid out, and then of course get to work on the pile of rebar sitting outside the studio and get all that laid out in a nice grid and tied together. Then the last thing to do before they're ready to pour is to get the form in at the front portion of the grade beam where the overhead door is. Okay guys, well another day has come and gone at the studio, and this time there has been a lot of progress. We're ready for concrete now. All right, well coming over here to the shop side of things, they're a little bit further behind. The studio's going first, so as you can see, they've got the styrofoam laid out. They're cutting holes in it for all the drain pipes and everything. But yeah, it's coming along. The slope is nice. So this section back here and back towards the mechanical room and where the bathroom's gonna be over here, that's all gonna be flat concrete. So yeah, we're doing flat at the back, and then we're sloping down to these pits here. So this styrofoam is like I said, you know, it's basically, you know, both these areas are going to be heated in the wintertime. I'm going to have a furnace in here, and I'm running exposed ductwork in the shop and in the studio. And so this styrofoam is basically here to kind of prevent some of that cold air and cold getting in here. It's 2-inch thick styrofoam. Yeah, it should work well. All right, well that is kind of it for today's update anyways. Obviously the next step in here is going to be concrete. I am going to be out here when they do it bright and early in the morning. Hopefully gonna get some sort of a time lapse for you guys here. Yeah, but just before I head out here, I'm gonna show you up on the roof. It's shingled. Okay, well right after the paper was put down, which is used as an extra layer of protection in northern climates, the shingles were done, and these are IKO Cambridge architectural shingles, which are not only a high quality product, but they'll provide superior weather protection and just look great. Good morning guys, I am up bright and early. As you can see, it is currently 6:30 in the morning. I'm headed out to the studio. I believe they're pouring the floor today, so it's a big day, and yeah, I want to get out there. I want to get some good footage for you guys, so let's go check it out. Thank you. Alright, well shortly after I arrived at the studio, the concrete truck showed up, and a couple minutes later the crew was here and got to work right away hauling the concrete to the back of the studio with a wheelbarrow. And as they work their way back, one guy is going around and putting the little chairs in underneath the rebar to lift it up higher in the concrete, and they've also got a line drawn out on the grade beam that shows them where to fill the concrete to. Now once they've got the edge smooth traveled, two of the guys are using a 2x4 to screed the rest of it level, and at this point I was pretty surprised by how much they had done already after about 20 minutes, but I definitely don't envy them, as concrete work is clearly very hard work. Not something I'd want to be doing every day, but these guys have it down to a science, and it was like watching a well-oiled machine at work. Then with about half the floor done at this point, they brought in the long float to get things even smoother. Now about an hour into pouring the floor, and after the second concrete truck had showed up, it started to rain a little bit, and then it picked up enough that they had to quickly get a tarp over the door and window so they could keep working. And as you can see, it was a pretty decent rain, and the wind had also picked up at this point, but thankfully they were pretty close to done now, so it really didn't have an impact on things. Here's the finished floor now, and once it's set up a bit more, they'll come back and power trowel it. But for those of you who want to see the full time lapse of the floor being poured, well, here it is, and I think this is pretty cool to see. Alright, well, a couple of days after the floor was poured, I met the guys out here to get the cut lines snapped, and later that day they were cut in. And what the purpose of these expansion joints is to allow for expansion and contraction of the concrete when the temperature changes, which will help to mitigate the chances of the floor cracking. And for those of you wondering, I'm going to have a polyaspartic floor coating put on, which will be more durable than the epoxy I have in my garage now. Okay, well, just before I wrap things up, I figured I'd give you a quick peek at the shop side here. So as you can see, concrete is poured in here as well, and it was just about an hour ago. The guys were out and they were doing these cut lines in here, so everything is looking good. And then yeah, over here behind the studio, they've still got to get the mechanical room wall framed out and get the bathroom wall framed out as well, but that should be coming soon. And yeah, you can see that all the water lines are brought in, and obviously we do have a panel now, so there's 200 amp panel here, and yeah, it should be plenty of power for anything that I need to do, you know, in the immediate future and down the road as well. Okay guys, well that is going to wrap up episode 2 here. Now the next steps of the build are going to be to obviously get the electrical roughed in, then hopefully get some windows in the building, and I have a ton of speaker wire and Ethernet cable to get run through all the walls here for the audio system that I'm putting in. There's a ton of work left to do and lots of future episodes coming your way, so until next time, be sure to smash the thumbs up button. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments what your favorite part of this video was, and I'll see you guys in the next one.